Hi everyone, welcome back to Phoenix Skin. My name is Christy and today we are doing another melt and pour soap. This soap is in our back to basic and I will just be doing an embed. Now this is the first time for me as well because I usually do cold process soap. So this is a great way for me to understand too how to maneuver with the melt and pour. So the soap we are doing today is an embed soap. So I wanted to try to put an embed inside and then have the melt and pour around it. So you'll get to see in this video how that's done. So let's make some soap. So if you've watched the back to basic for melt and pour, today we are going to try to add some embeds inside the melt and pour. This one, maybe I should use a deeper mold here, but we will see because I want to add these. So I'll show you here when melt and pour, and there are different types of melt and pour. Some melt and pour can sweat. So if you can see, there's some little crystals on this. You can buy no sweat melt and pour. This one here, I pulled it out of the mold before it had set. So these are some that I'm actually not using right now, which is fine. This is just for the purpose of the video anyway, and as I said, these soaps will be used by myself. Then we are going to recycle the ones that we made in the first video because there's no scent to them anyway. So I'm going to melt these down. And then we will melt a little bit more of the clear because the design I'm going for is a clear top with the blue bottom. I don't have a deeper mold, but as I said, this is okay just for the purposes of this. And this will be a first time for me as well because I've never made melt and pour with a design. As I said, I only make these for embeds. So let's go. So this is melt and pour embed, and the next one I'll show you how I can make some of these because I'm gonna make it in a little larger mold. It's not large as in thick, it's just a square mold. So as before, I'm just gonna put these in here to melt down. Then I am going to weigh out some more of this. Hopefully I get it right this time and I'm not short, but it's okay because this is just for a how-to video. So if you ever want to see, so it is clear. There is a couple videos online that teach you how to make like glycerin soap. I haven't gotten there yet in terms of making my own. It's okay if I buy it, but maybe when I'm a little bit more courageous, I'll just go ahead and show you guys from start to finish so you can see what mistakes I'm making and so forth. So I just need to weigh about 140 of this. And I know I'm going to have more of this left, which is fine. I'll just pour whatever remainder is left in another container so I still have some more left. But I will need like maybe 2.5 of these or so. Maybe I can cut them. Let's see. Almost there. Okay, that's good. I guess one of the reasons I'm not scenting these as well is because I'm gonna actually just recycle these for the video. You'll get to see what it looks like when these are mixed, so I'll add that one. Okay, then I'll add that. Okay, too much. A little bit more. It's like cheese. Yep, that's fine. You know what? I won't add that. Maybe I won't add these because these also have to be added, and that's going to make up for that as well. So I'll leave this as is. At least we know we have extra. If we need it, we have some extra blue. And this is good. Like if you have some of these already colored, it's good too when you have to make your own melt and pour like design. If you already have these color blocks. So say for instance, no, I want to color something blue. You can literally throw that in because now it's blue, the color that you want, to help make the rest of it blue. So instead of you having to add the powder or the liquid. I'll just set these aside for now. As usual, I'll go and melt down these, but I will like separate them. So I'll start with this first because we're going to need this for the bottom, right? And again, I just want to make sure that I don't have too much in here, but I think this should be enough. If there's some left over, as I said, I will just put it into another little container so I can pop those out when I need them. So I'll be back in a couple seconds. So remember, 30-second burst. If you have a small amount like this, you can start with 15-second burst and then you can come back. Okay, we're back. So I had to do this in different intervals because, as I mentioned, I don't know why, but the clear always takes so much longer to dissolve, but it cures the fastest. I'm not sure why. Let me just clean up here a bit. Okay. Oh, and like as I said, just be careful as well. You don't want to scorch it because then this nice clear color will turn to like a brownish color. So just be careful there. There are quite a few bubbles in there. That's nothing I can work on right now. So it is fairly hot. I'll put it on the back of this because I want to be able to move it when I'm done. So I'll start with pouring half of this in the mold. Okay, so I have my alcohol today, but I know it won't get all the bubbles out. But if you can see, it kind of helps there. What's going on here? Okay. Much better. So the bubbles are disappearing, but is not going to get rid of all, and that's okay. So this is pretty warm right now. So what I'll do, I'll let it cool a little bit, but not all the way, because I want to be able to put these face down inside of here. So we'll come back in a few minutes when this is at least a little bit cooler. Yeah, a little bit cooler. And we'll then go ahead and add the embeds and then melt the rest to add on to the top. Okay, so that was about, what, 3 minutes or so. Now I'll use this one first. So this is the one that already had issues, but I pulled it out the mold the first time. So I should be able to put that in there. So I'm praying that even though it's warm, it does not melt the actual, and you can already tell that it's already starting to form. So I'm hoping that it does not melt anything. It doesn't look like if it is, but with the ridges and everything on it, I wanted to still be able to place it into it while it was a bit soft, so that the ridges can there won't be any like air pockets in the ridges. Okay, I think that's fine. Let's do the blue now, and then we'll pour that on top. And this is where it can get tricky, because I could pour it on top and then that can melt. So fingers crossed it all goes well. At least this will be a learning experience for me, because as I said, I don't usually use melt and pour. So me using this right now is kind of like a learning experience in the back to basics. So let's see what happens. So this came up a little bit. I'm just pouring that back and putting that back in there. And I'll be back in a couple seconds. So we're back. This is the clear and the white melted. I think there's actually, see what I mean? The clear takes forever to melt. I'll just stir it till it is incorporated, because then that will help it to cool down a bit more as well. Almost melted. So I don't see anything running from the flowers. I can only hope when I pour this in that it gets into the rest of the ridges that are there. So we'll see. Okay, and this is what it looks like with the two blues incorporated. Test this one first, since this one already had the dud, I guess, the one with the issue. Okay, I don't see any pink coming from that, so I guess it's okay. There are quite a few bubbles, which is good. That means it's getting into everything. I'll just spray this one. Maybe that's some of the pink there, who knows? But this is where you got to be very careful. So I'll just continue stirring till I think it's a little bit more cooler. I think that's some of the pink from the flower. This one might not turn out. See, yeah. You can see, I don't know if you can see it properly, but you can see the pink coming out from there. So that means it's melting. So I'll just wait a little bit longer. That's the only thing with this. If you are going to do a design like that, maybe not do a reverse design. I'm doing it this way only because I want to make sure that the clear on the bottom is rounded. It will be better probably doing it in a square container where you can pour down the blue first. Put your embeds when that part is when that part has hardened up a bit, and then pour your clear on top. But we'll see. Yeah, this is still pretty hot. I'll just keep stirring. Alright, let's try the rest, because even if I keep pouring like this, is what's going to happen is it's going to eventually harden up. Okay, so I see these also have the pink. So this will be a little lesson for us. So let's see how they look when they are unmolded. And then at least we'll try something different in the next video so that we can see how we can maybe layer it in a square or rectangular container. So we'll be back in like an hour to see how this looks. Okay, so we're here to unmold these. This is the moment of truth here. Like, I don't know how it's gonna look. Let's start with the dud first. I'm calling it a dud, but oh, that's pretty. Okay, so let's see what I could have done probably better. At least I know the flower held up, but maybe pushed it in a little further down so that the flower showed up properly there. You can see that around here is where, like, when it was inserted, that it popped around there. Otherwise than that, it actually looks pretty neat. Oh, okay, here you go. Like, I can see the flower in there. Around here you can still see some little gaps, but that's pretty cool. Yeah, maybe when I push it in when the film hasn't gone over the end first, because you can see in there that it doesn't give like a seamless mark. But otherwise than that, I like how this part looks. And we'll be reusing these again. in the next video as well. So this one, when it got inserted, I think it started to melt a little bit. So this one wasn't inserted properly, and you can see that the blue came through here. So I think from out of all of these, probably this one is the best one. But at least it was a lesson. This is the first time I ever made like melt and pour like this, and I think this is pretty neat. Oh, well, okay. Lessons learned. So if you are going to make something like this, you can either learn from my mistakes here. You can see there's a lot of bubbles in this one here. And those are just, I couldn't get rid of those. To get it any clearer, maybe I'll have to look to see what else can be done. But otherwise than that, like, this was a good effort. Good first time effort for myself. So if you are going to be trying something like this, I guess you can watch along and then just learn from my mistakes. But this is pretty neat. I'll be reusing these again in the next video, so you can watch on for the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next back to basic video. I think I will be doing the square mold after this. If not, you can just watch along for any other video that we will be posting in our 365-day challenge. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.